Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm sorry, I'm just now noticing the wig in the background. It's right there. I didn't even see that. That's funny. That's funny. Sorry, folks. that's uh, that's Fee King's private or thing. She has wigs she wears sometimes. So anyway, moving on. Welcome to to um, Get Rich 101. Forgot the name of my show for a minute. Welcome to Get Rich 101. I'm your host. I'm Sacred Wrights. And here's my book, my most recent book, and my most important book, Hack Your Pain Now. Hack Your Pain Now. Please check it out. Please check it out. Please check it out. And I would like to thank New Thought Media Network for allowing me this platform that I can grow and grow. And I don't know what I would have done without the show. I don't know what I would have done without this show. So I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. And yeah, and now we are going to get into it. Oh, so first of all, I mentioned to some of you who were watching yesterday, you might have heard me mention that Reverend Mel was coming on today, but she's got something to do at her daughter's school. So she's got something going on. And so I'm going to go ahead on and be thankful, be thankful because I did not do my homework. I did not do my homework. Now, I know you're wondering what homework I had. Well, what I had, my homework, now I got another week. I got another week to to get to next Wednesday. But my homework was I have a blank credit card, a zero balance credit card, right? So it's on I think it's on my Capital One, which is my main bank, and it's a zero balance, but I've kept it a zero balance for some time since the stroke, and I just been leaving it there, leaving it there, leaving it there, leaving it there, and now after Reverend Mel talked about it, she said that I need to charge small amounts to that credit card and then pay it off. Small balance, pay it off. Small balance, pay it off. And I'm like, you know, like I got to buy something really cheap, really small because I can't get into paying for something that I couldn't afford because then I'll start getting into paying the minimum payment, and that they don't want that. And also, the credit card companies are set up so that you can't pay them immediately after you buy. Isn't that something? You buy a stick of gum on Monday, and you can't pay that stick of gum back until weeks later. Like what? So you got to be very careful. Got to be very careful. So I am going to do two things. I'm going to do two things. One, I'm going to call the bank company. I'm going to call the bank company. As I said, it's my regular bank, and I'll just call them and I'll say, listen, I need to. The reason it's been zero balance for so many months, the reason I have not bought anything is because it's too high. So I'm going to bring the interest amount down, and then once I do that, I'm going to buy something. So that's my 2-item homework. And I remember as I'm saying this that I used to do stuff like this all the time, but I have not done it. I've not done it since I had my stroke, and so therefore it's a bit distant memory. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got a zero balance. I'm going to call them. I'm going to get my zero balance, the interest rate adjusted down, and then I'm going to buy something small, something like $5, and then buy it on the credit card and pay it off. As soon as I got to set an alarm, for the. Oh, wait a minute. My bank account is set up to auto pay, so that'll be cool. So that's great. The auto pay is another good thing that I've discovered. So yeah, the auto pay will kick in. So I just have to buy something small, like $2, $5, right? And that's it. And that's it. And that's yeah. You know what? I could get a cup of coffee, cup of tea, because that costs $2. So I get a cup of tea, $3, done, done. Right? Okay, so that's my assignment for next week. My assignment for next week, living up to Rev Mel's lean to do better, to do better. Because it's not about whether or not you're doing great or not. It's just about doing better, just a little bit better than how you doing, just a little bit better than how you doing. So that's what I'm gonna try. That's what I'm gonna try. So thank you, Reverend Mel. All right, now I want to show you is is this show, How to Get Rich. How to Get Rich. So I talked about this yesterday. I'll talk to you about it again some more. And basically, Ramit Sethi is he's been a guru for a long time. Because I bought his book, How to Be a Millionaire, man, ages ago, and he just came out with this show. Well, actually, I don't know when he came out with the show, but relatively recently. Anyway, if you can find the show, watch it. You know, fit it in to your regular viewing from your regular shows and fit this in because we all need to be understanding that we need to be learning more about money. All of us, all of us, every day, every day, we need to be learning more about money. So anyway, I said that I was going to talk about something specific, right? And that is, I can't remember her name, but she's a dancer on the show, and she's got a condo, and the condo has no hot water. What? Yeah, no hot water, and she's been working, living in this condo for 6 months. 6 months with no hot water. That's mind-boggling to me. But anyway, she says she's had a fight with the homeowners association and all that stuff. And anyway, so this is what I want to talk about. Our host here is talking to her about the fact that she has no hot water, right? And he's talking to her about what you want to do. Do you want to do you want to get out of the apartment or stay in the apartment? As if those are the only two options. And so that's what I have a problem with, that he nitpicks things to their smallest degree. Nitpick is the wrong word, but you know what I mean. But so the smallest degree, like either or, and there's many more options than either or. For example, right now the full immersion of people in the cold has become very popular. It's become, well, it's popular for a little bit before, but now it's become really popular. People are doing this. People are buying buckets, buying huge buckets, and filling them with ice, and they're submerging themselves for a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes or whatever, and they're coming out of it. Now that is great because she has an apartment, and the apartment is gorgeous, by the way. The apartment is gorgeous. Her condo is gorgeous, and she's got cold water, and she can advertise that as a place where you can go and get cleansed. You can go and get your body washed, and all those things at her apartment. So what she should do is she should leave her apartment, go back to living with her mom, or go to someone else's house, and then Airbnb it. Airbnb it with that slight key. Right now, she should still try to be getting her money, her 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 hot water. She should still try to be getting her hot water, right? But in the meantime, she can make money off of this great trend of people who are interested in 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 practicing this immersion, or do it quickly, do it for a shower, do it, shower as a warm-up for embodying it in your body. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is an option here. There's an option here beyond just buying or selling. Buying or selling. There's an option here. So she, the dancer, is looking for someone to give her advice. And everybody's scooting around, kind of skating around it, where people should be offering her advice. They should have given her this idea that I just had, right? And just given her ideas and let her pick one, the idea that feels the, the strongest. So what happens, I'll just tell you, is she ultimately decides that she's going to sell the condo. But then she doesn't sell the condo but at the end of the series. Right? So we don't know what happened. We don't know what happened. But I'm saying she could have. What she needs to do is move over to her mom's house, move out of her current situation, and Airbnb that out for people who are looking for a space to get spiritually activated with their cold water. Ashe. Ashe. And that's what I mean about you have differences with rich people, because I think my idea is great, right? But it's not one of two balances, one of two options, right? So you've got to be able to think outside the box. Think outside the box. All right, now let me see if I've got any comments here before I move on. Let's see. Fee came from down the hall, from down the hall. Hit me up from down the hall. Let's see. Yes, I'm talking about the ice bucket challenge. Yes, talking about ice bucket challenge. So many people are doing this regardless of doing it. Matter of fact, I was just in Nashville, and a friend of mine invited me to do the ice bucket with it. I was too tired, but I would have loved to have done it, because the last time I did it with him, it was hard. It was hard. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was hard, but I did it, and I felt I don't know how to explain it, but I felt higher. So what you're doing is you're alert, you're reaching for the feeling after the ice, because ice is not good. It's not good, but afterwards it feels good. All right. Okay. Let's see what else. What else? Feet King is saying from down the hall. Um. Yeah, that's true. Let's see what else. Um. Break down shower ice. What are other ways people can use where they can live to make another stream of income? Yeah, just make another stream of income. Just another stream of income, because that can be making money, and once she builds up enough money, she can buy another thing. She can buy a second condo. She can buy a three-family condo. Oh, let me get to that. Get to that. But so she could buy something else, right? Something else, and she can have two things. She can have two condos, right? And she can be a little more exacting now that she's investing, right? She can get a two-family or a three-family. So anyway, that said, I was talking about this yesterday, and I was talking about buying a home as a first-time home buyer and what you should do instead of buying a first-time home. And I was saying you should buy a two-family home. And Fee King sent me a picture from Jersey right then of a three-family home. And I was like, that was great. That was great. So it was a three-story brownstone. It had a ground floor, second floor, and a third floor. And it was easily right there, like right concocted already into a space. And so that's great. That's a great avenue, a great avenue. So you live in one and then you rent out two. Now you can Airbnb them or you can rent them out or you can do whatever, but you have them out. You have them earning money, and then you set aside enough for any emergencies and set aside enough for your stock market, your 10% that goes away, it's never to be heard from again, right? And then you put your money up, put your money up, and let it stack and stack and stack and stack. So the interesting thing there is that there are three family homes. So my point is, for you, for the woman who I'm talking about, the dancer, I'm saying don't buy your first house as a place where you just want to live. You just want to live. Don't do that. Don't do that. Learn from our mistakes. Learn from our mistakes. You want to buy something that that you manipulate in some way. Like you want to buy something and have it pay for itself. You don't want to have a 1-to-1 ratio. You bought something and you live in something, and you want to have a 1 and 2 or one and 3. Like one, you live there, but you got 2 spaces available for rent, right? And then eventually you can move out of there and have all three spaces for rent, right? But you gotta plan. You gotta plan. What's that word? Uh, all right. Well, you have to plan well. You have to plan well. I'll just say it that way. Say it that way. All right. So let's see what else we got. Thank you for inviting everyone in your circle, Fee King. And let's see. Airbnb, use her condo as a retreat. Is that what you mean, Teku? Can you flesh? Yes, that's exactly what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. See, because what's the guy's name? Ramit. What's his name again? Ramit. Yeah, Ramit is suggesting that she either be buying or selling, right? And I feel like there are so many more options. She's already bought. She's already bought. Now we can figure that out. And I want to make this point clear. Once you own something and then you sell, it's harder to get back in. It's harder to get back in. Once you enter the sales market, you need to stay in there. You need to stay in there. You don't want to sell. You want to sell unless you've got something strategically lined up. So the one turns and the other turns like that. You want to have it down, because once you get out, it's harder to get back in. Once you're in the giant of real estate, you need to stay in there, right? So she should not sell her condo. Is what I'm saying. She should not sell her condo. She should use it. Well, I've said it already. I've said it already. She should use it as an Airbnb for someone who's trying to work on their physical fitness and their ice baths. All right. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. The cold water creates a temporary challenge cycle system that wakes you up, stimulates the circulation, and activate. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Thanks to you for writing that down, V King. Yeah, ice bucket challenge. Yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah. So it's the same thing. Like, and oh, I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So let me just get some tea. All right. So that's what I'm saying. As 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 well off as Ramit is, and as long as he's doing the right things, he's giving you advice that you've got to You've got to work it out. You know what I mean? Because you can't just accept everything that they're giving you. You got to work it out. So, so what he does a lot of is talks about numbers and finances. And yes, it is true that you need to know where you are. You need to know where you are. You need to know where you are financially, right? But, but, but I'm saying, even without knowing where you are, you can still start investing now, today. You just take your 10%. You take your 10%. 10% is easy because it just means you move the decimal point over, just over to the left, right? So if you've got, you know, $100, you move the decimal point over to the left, that's $10. Easy math. Easy math. You want to get used to that money shift early, because once it becomes big money, you're gonna be like, oh, that's too much money. But you got to remember, it's not too much money. It's only 10%. It's only 10%. So no matter how big or how small, it's only 10%. It's only 10%. So you gotta factor that in. Okay. Um, are you willing to use your home to make money? Uh, no, not in my house. Not in my house, because my house doesn't allow that. So my complex doesn't allow that. But I am I'm becoming aware of different ways that you can make your money. You can make your you can you can get allow money in. You can allow money in. And so you've got to find out where there's a way, where there's a way, where there's a way, where there's a way, and find that space, and enter that into your mindset. And that's what you need to be thinking about. You need to be watching shows like How to Get Rich, and just a little bit, just a little a a little bit of the show, such that it gets your mind in the habit of thinking about money. Thinking about money. Now, Ramit is going to tell you to check your money. He's going to tell you to check your money, and that's great advice. Great advice. However, I'm here to tell you that you can start trading, you can start investing money off the bat, just with using 10%. Just 10%, and shut it aside. 10% set aside. I suggest you give that money to um, Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab, because with Charles Schwab, if you put $5 over there, then you can get to use their financial advisors for free, and then you get to learn with somebody. You can learn with somebody as you go up. See, because we think that we need to be up here already before we start with a financial advisor. No, you start down here. You start with $5, and you start with $5 and get his advice, and move from there. Move from there, and you've got to get into the habits. You've got to learn all the new habits. You've got to learn all new habits, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. You're going to remember to do 10% off of your paycheck, but you don't do 10% off of someone giving you money. You know what I mean? Like, you got to really tweak it down. You got to think about it. 10% of everything, everything goes into your Charles Schwab account. That's where it goes. That's where it goes. All right. Let's see. Am I willing to build an add-on and use as a what you say? Oh, she said, so Fee King is telling me that I should ask you, are you willing to build an add-on and use it as rental? So just think about the ways that you can make money. I mean, there's tons of ways now, tons of ways. Like, if you got an empty garage, you can put that up, because people will come and use your garage. That's it. You just make your garage available, and people and provide them with the key, and they'll come in, put their stuff in, and that's it. money for you, or you can put up an airstream and let people rent from you. There's all kinds of ways now, just based on your assumptions of space, your assumptions of space. So yeah, yeah. Airstream is her stream. Yeah, her stream. Yeah, that's a good one. Airstream is a nice Airstream. For those of you that don't know, is a type of RV, but it's a beautiful RV. It's like it's retro. It's silver. It's rounded. It is its own experience. I stayed in air in an in an Airstream in Airstream when I went out to California, and I just stayed in there, and it was lovely. It was lovely. It was lovely. It was a very cool experience. Very cool experience. Okay, so I think that's it. I think that's it. I just wanted to talk to you about Ramit and how to get rich. I'm going to stick with this for a while. This get how to get rich. I'm going to talk about someone else on the show because he got several different clients that he talks to on the show. And yeah, so I just want to talk to you about Ramit and how it's important that you build up your own mental muscles. Don't just take what he says as you know as the main thing, because again with the dancer and he gave her a choice of selling it or continuing to buy it, but there's other options there. There's other options there, so you've got to be mindful of the other options there available to you, right? Anyway, check out how to get rich. We can drop some notes in the show, and we can get it going. We can get it going. All right. Okay. That's it for now, and I will see you later. And yeah, and that's all. That's all. I was trying to debate on whether or not I was going to tell you I was going to the dentist. So I'm going to the dentist today, and that's one of the things that I think is affected by the stroke, but I'm not going to say that. I'm just saying that I'm going to the dentist today, and yeah, and we'll let you know how that goes. All right. Okay. I'll see you next time. Remember that now is better than perfect. Now is better than perfect. Now is better than perfect. Ashe. See you later.